On November 10, 1988, the Odyssey, a Liberian-flagged oil tanker, vanished beneath the stormy wave of North Atlantic Ocean. It was carrying over 43 million gallons of crude oil, one of the largest oil cargoes ever lost at sea. Yet, this devastating disaster remains one of the least remembered. Today, we explore what caused the Odyssey oil spill tragedy, its consequences, and how it changed maritime safety forever. The Odyssey departed from Scotland bound for Newfoundland in Canada. But as it sailed through the rough North Atlantic Ocean, it encountered waves as high as 25 feet and wind exceeding 40 miles per hour. The aging tanker, it built in 1971, could not withstand the force of the storm. It split in two, violently, causing a massive explosion. The stern section burst into flame, igniting the oil slick and creating an inferno at sea. All 27 crew members on board were lost. The causes: severe weather, possible structure failure, and lack of modern safety features. It's very common. A tanker of the era doesn't have modern safety features. The Odyssey was carrying over 132,000 tons of North Sea crude oil. As the ship broke apart, oil gushed into the ocean, creating a slick that spread over 60 kilometers long and 5 kilometers wide. Most of the oil, however, ignited and burned, producing thick and toxic smoke. No oil ever reached the shoreline, but that didn't mean the environment was safe. Deep sea ecosystems were exposed to pollution. Krill, a tiny marine creature essential to food chains, were especially vulnerable. The fire and the spill may also have affected the seabirds, fish, and plankton in the surrounding waters. Economically, the loss was enormous. The entire cargo and the vessel were destroyed. Insurance companies faced massive claims. And socially, it was tragic loss of 27 lives of crew on the ship. Seafarers whose story went mostly unheard. No cleanup was ever attempted. The Odyssey had sunk 700 nautical miles from land, and the Canadian Coast Guard could not reach the site due to violent sea. The fire had consumed most of the oil, but at a devastating cost. This disaster exposed the risk of transporting crude oil in remote, storm-prone regions, especially using older and single-hulled tankers. Although the Odyssey tragedy was overshadowed by the Exxon Valdez a year later, it quietly helped driven reform. It supported the push for double-hull tanker design and stricter ship inspection. It also fed into development of the International Safety Management or ISM, which govern how ships are operated and maintained. The Odyssey oil spill may have disappeared into the depth of the Atlantic Ocean, but its legacy remains. It reminds us that the greatest environment disasters aren't always the ones we see on the shore, but sometimes those we never see at all. Through the tragedy, we learn, and from the Odyssey, we learn that the sea demands respect, responsibility, and above all, prevention.